Alright, welcome back to the final of these 3 videos for our Flex Day. And if you recall, I was talking more about photorespiration in the video, so I just want to touch on a few key things about that. We're going to go through this diagram of your best friend, make sure that that's all filled out, you guys feel comfortable with that, and then I'd like to talk just very briefly about deforestation. And hopefully this is the shortest of the 3 videos so that you guys can finish up the quizzes that are associated with these and get on with the rest of your day. But photorespiration, if you'll recall, uses oxygen instead of carbon dioxide to complete photosynthesis and create sugars. And this is problematic for the environment because when you're taking oxygen out of the environment and replacing it with carbon dioxide, that's the same thing that we do in cellular respiration. So if you'll kind of look at how cellular respiration tends to look sort of like the opposite of photosynthesis, not exactly, but when you look at the reactants and products, it's kind of the opposite processes. And photorespiration combines the photo part of photosynthesis and the respiration part of cellular respiration, and that kind of can have a negative impact because we want plants to do photosynthesis so that they can release oxygen into the atmosphere. We've talked about the light reactions in photosystem 2, which to me is like one of the coolest things like ever. The fact that every second of every day photosystem 2 is getting electrons excited so that they can split water and create oxygen. That's just amazing. That's literally the air that we breathe right now is because of photosystem 2. But it's very counterproductive when plants are using photorespiration. And some of the environmental factors, and I'm pretty sure this is a question on one of your quizzes, so you might want to listen to this point here. Some of the environmental factors that cause photorespiration to occur is higher temperatures, drier conditions, so water loss through transpiration, that can cause plants to feel the need to close up stomata, and when they run out of carbon dioxide, again, they're going to use oxygen instead, and just in general, lower availability of carbon dioxide compared to oxygen. Those are some driving factors that could influence photorespiration being used over just the regular pathway of photosynthesis. Looking at the best friend paper here, we've got oxygen being used by rubisco. I don't know if you guys have talked about rubisco much yet, but rubisco is actually the most prevalent enzyme like on the planet, and you'll have to Google it. I don't have the exact fact, but there's something like 1 billion tons of rubisco on the planet. That's kind of fascinating. And rubisco typically is going to use that carbon dioxide and fix it into a 3-carbon molecule, but in photorespiration instead it uses oxygen to create carbon dioxide, and it wastes some ATP in the process. And so again, this is a detrimental process to the environment and to humans, to anybody who breathes the air, so all kinds of animals in there. C4, we'll just review this one last time. You're going to use carbon dioxide to create a 4-carbon molecule instead of a 3. That's why it's C4 instead of C3. And this happens in the mesophyll cell before we separate and move to the bundle sheath cell to do the carbon cycle. Alright, in C formation, new bundle sheath cells keep away oxygen from the Calvin cycle, and carbon dioxide is stored in C4 molecules, so this means less photorespiration, and that's a good thing. CAM, I like this little acronym, Mrs. Vail made this, not me, carbon after midnight. So the stomata open at night when there's less water loss. Remember, if we're in the desert, hot day, and you open the stomata during the day, that would be bad. You'd lose a ton of water, so we don't want that. And so we do carbon after midnight instead. And the result is that the light reactions in Calvin cycle are happening during the day, and at night you're storing up carbon to be used throughout the day. Alright, we're going to move out of this, and I just want to again briefly touch on some things about deforestation. This is the last part on your 5.4 notes sheet. So deforestation is the clearing of forest for logging, farming, and human settlements, and the reason this is bad, obviously, is talking about photosynthesis. Plants are providing oxygen that we breathe in. Further, forests have a lot of tree roots, and these roots help sort of prevent erosion. And so deforestation can cause some major problems. And we see C4 grassy plants outperforming C3 trees in warm temperatures. And again, this is out of the efficiency of C4. It avoids photorespiration. It does things the right way to just create a better outcome for the plant and for the environment. And then we also have 25% of carbon dioxide being added to the atmosphere from cutting and burning forests in the tropics. So deforestation is decreasing available oxygen and increasing carbon dioxide, which has just a negative effect on the environment in general. However, there have been some recent efforts to restore forests, and reforestation products can help reduce these negative effects. So this is your last little part to fill in your notes, and I'll close with that. But again, photosynthesis is a pretty cool thing. It provides the air we breathe, and I think that makes it worth talking about. So I hope you enjoyed these lessons and are able to finish these quizzes here for your flex day. Have a good day.